Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Yoga Core. It's so good to be here. Today, I'm going to have us start in child's pose. So big toes touching, knees wide on the mat. However, if you're on your back or if there's any other way you would like to start, please feel free to start in a pose that feels good for your body today. We are going to spend a couple minutes here in our opening pose. So just make sure you try to get yourself comfortable. Take off any extra layer of clothing if you don't need it. Maybe rock your forehead around on the yoga mat. Just give yourself a little third eye massage. Just allow your breath to be natural. Just allow yourself to arrive to your practice. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay if you don't want to start in child's pose, a comfortable seat, or anything that feels good for you today. Thank you for being here. 45 minutes of Vinyasa Flow Yoga. Just allow all the wiggles and extra energy move through your body. Try to ignore any outside noise right now. It's okay if you hear other people. Just try to connect with your own body and your yoga mat. Just allow your breath to be natural for the next couple breaths. Maybe exhale out of the mouth. Take another natural breath. We're going to take the next 5 breaths a little bit slower. We're going to try to work on our pranayama breath, which is a little more intentional breathing, kind of helps to clear the mind, the body for your practice. I invite you to be still for these next few breaths. I know it's pretty easy to fidget and move around. It's okay if you feel a little numb and tingly. That's totally normal. Release whatever breath that you're holding right now. Just let it out. Next time you take an inhale, you can stretch your fingertips towards the top of the mat if you're wanting a little bit of stretch in the back. Make sure you're breathing in all that good air. Take your time as you fill up the lungs. And then when you exhale, just let every last drop out of your body. You're releasing toxic waste and buildup and yuckiness out of the body when you release out of the breath. Full emptying of the lungs. 4 more breaths. Take your time. Inhale, nice long breaths through the nostrils, purifying yourself with good air, good thoughts. Then when you exhale everything out, do not leave a drop behind. Do this 3 more times at your own pace, your breath, you and your yoga mat. One more breath here. Full exhalation. If you want a little extra in your child's pose before we move on, and if you want a little tricep stretch, you can clasp your fingers overhead and then reach that clasped hand behind the base of your neck here. You can walk your elbows a little farther away from you and feel that stretch. Just stay here for a breath or 2 if it feels really good. Take one more breath. Release the grip. You can roll those wrists around. We're going to slowly inhale and press the heart up. invitation to keep your legs like child's pose legs. We're going to move into thread the needle. But if you do not like being this open in the hips right away in class, you can bring your knees kind of like tabletop instead. So from here, we're going to keep the left palm down. We're going to inhale the right arm to the sky, look up at the ceiling, and then when you exhale, thread that right arm through the left, drop your right cheek down. Your left elbow can be at a 90-degree angle, or you can stretch your left arm overhead. We're going to be here for 3 breaths. Sorry, stretch your left arm towards the top of the yoga mat, but you can also take a bind or a half bind here. Take 3 breaths. Just a nice little gentle neck and shoulder stretch, still staying connected with our breath, still breathing nice and slow, just easing the body into practice, creating peace in the mind when we breathe nice and slow. Take 1 more breath. Maybe exhale out of the mouth. When the lungs are all emptied, you can slide that left hand back down if it's at the top of your yoga mat. Press into that left hand as you release your right arm towards the sky. You can make little wrist circles if that feels good. And then exhale, bring that right hand down as we move to the other side. Left arm comes up. You can look up at the ceiling if that feels good for your neck right away. Then exhale, left arm under the right, left cheek and left temple comes down. Thread the needle on the left side. Just take 3 breaths here. Try not to rush your breath in the beginning of practice. Allow this breath to cleanse you, clear you, move all that energy in the body that's stuck. Take 1 more breath. Full emptying of the lungs. Once those lungs are all emptied out, you can inhale to release that left arm up towards the sky, making little wrist circles. And then exhale the hips back for another child's pose, just for a breath. Maybe stretching the fingertips a little farther up. Maybe when you exhale, the hips sink back. Just let something go here. You can keep your eyes closed if this feels safe for you as we press up on an inhale into tabletop. Keeping the eyes closed can sometimes keep us more connected with ourselves versus worrying about how we're looking or what's around us. So if that feels okay for practice, I invite you to close the eyes as we start to move into cat and cow pose. So cow pose, we're going to inhale and drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the gaze as if you're trying to look behind your head. So you're stretching the whole front body. When you exhale, chin to the chest, the spine rounds. We're going to be here 5 to 7 breaths. Inhale, belly drops lower, lift the tailbone higher, gaze a little farther back, really getting a nice stretch there. Then exhale, maybe like an angry cat. Don't be afraid to breathe. Don't be afraid to move freely here either. This is your yoga practice. This is your warm-up. There's so many different ways you can move in cat-cow. So this is just all your intuition, your body, your breath. If you would like a little wrist stretch, you can turn the fingertips back towards the knees. You can make figure eights with your spine. Whatever you do, I encourage you to breathe first and then move into the next pose. Make sure you're taking complete breath cycles here. Maybe exaggerate your moves a little bit more each round. About 3 more breaths to go. You can also stretch one leg back and stretch the other. Whatever feels good for your body. You can always add extra movements. One more full breath. Come back into tabletop. Where we're moving next is puppy pose. So it's a heart melting pose. You're going to keep your hips up in tabletop and you're going to slide your fingers towards the top of the mat. You're going to melt the heart into the yoga mat. You can bring either your forehead down, or if you're in the mood for more heart opening, keep the chin up on the mat. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. So it's kind of like a child's pose, but with our hips up. It might feel good after you've spent a couple breaths here to just slightly raise the chin just to honor. Looking up at the top of your mat, just feel your heart lift, feel your heart open. It's okay to feel a little vulnerable here. Take one more breath. If your chin is lifted, you can try to keep it down on the mat too, just to give the neck a little relief. Once you are all exhaled out, you're going to inhale to start to spread the fingers wide and slide them slightly back on your mat. You're going to curl the toes. We're moving into downward facing dog. You're going to exhale the hips up and down dog. Keep the knees slightly bent. Let the head be loose here. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. You can start to pedal out the legs, walking your dog. Spread the toes nice and wide. Spread your fingers nice and wide. You can maybe shake out some yeses and some nos. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths. When you inhale, try to lengthen that tailbone up. You can even come up on your tippy toes. Maybe walk a little, an inch up, closer towards the top. And then when you exhale, let it all out. Maybe push the chest closer towards the thighs. Again, the knees are still bent here so that we have a straight spine. We'll be here for another full breath. When you've emptied out those lungs, start to walk the hands back towards your feet. We're going to be at the back of the mat. You're going to inhale to a halfway lift. Hands are on your shins. And we're exhaling into our first forward fold. So again, your knees can be slightly bent here. It doesn't have to be so intense right away. You can grab opposite elbows here. Whatever you do, just kind of let your head be nice and loose. If you need a little encouragement with kind of letting that head be heavy, you can cup your fingers underneath the base of your skull and let the gravity just kind of help pull your head down. Just enjoy being in this fold. It doesn't have to be too intense. If you are in a ragdoll, you can sway left and right. About 3 more breaths here. For the last breath, stay in the forward fold, but lengthen that tailbone up. You're still folding, but just lift the tailbone so your legs straighten. You'll feel a little more stretch in the back legs. When you exhale, you can try to fold a little bit deeper. Give yourself some love here. Next time you inhale, slightly bend the knees. We're going to come into extended mountain. We're going to take our time as we rise towards the top. Maybe taking a little baby back bend. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Mountain pose, release the palms. Take a couple minutes to just arrive in mountain pose. Maybe walk out the feet a little bit. Give some love to your feet. Let your heart be open. Your shoulders be relaxed. Let your stance be nice and tall. You can close your eyes. Spend a couple moments of silence here, or you can set an intention for yourself. for your practice. We're going to move into some freedom breathing together as a class. We're going to inhale our arms overhead, breathe, look up, keep filling up the lungs, and then we're going to exhale, hands to the heart. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms overhead, stretch, maybe taking a tiny little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more breath. Nice, big, strong lungs. Inhaling up, taking in even more air, holding it at the top for 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Release your palms back in mountain pose just for a breath. Now we're going to walk towards the top of our mat and we're going to move through a couple sun salutations. We'll do about 4 of them. So we'll start out slow and then we'll pick up the heat and the pace for the last 2. So we'll inhale the arms overhead. And then we're going to exhale to forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. When we exhale, we're going to plant the hands and step back to plank pose. You can always drop the knees in plank. While you're here, push the mat away. Maybe roll on the balls of the feet so that your shoulders are over the wrist. 3 breaths here. It's okay if you're shaking. Building strength in places that we need, so this is good. 2 more breaths. Stay for the exhale, engage the core. Take 1 more breath. Next time you exhale, drop the knees, then the chest, and then the chin. We're in 8-limbed pose. We're gonna slide the heart up and come into a baby cobra, untuck the toes, maybe float the hands. Now exhale the forehead down, stay down. Keep the forehead down. We're going to work on cobra, so just keep your head down. Just take a breath. For cobra, for the hood, our hands, spread your fingers nice and wide and slide your hands down so the fingertips are by the floating rib cage, so your elbows are pointing up like a 90-degree angle. Good. Now for the feet, for the tail, press the tops of your feet into the mat. And if you want a cobra tail, you can zip the feet together, but also if your hips say no, just keep the legs however they want. Now don't use any strength here, so keep the forehead down. You don't want to be lifting right now. Very good, you guys. Take a breath and do nothing at all. We're going to go through 4 cobras. Next time you inhale, just a baby cobra. Lift the gaze, look up. Beautiful baby cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Second cobra, inhale, lengthen a little bit here. Lift the heart even higher. Let the heart shine. Lift the chin. Exhale, forehead down. Third cobra, inhale, lengthen that heart. Let it shine. Lift up even higher. Maybe float the hands. Exhale, forehead down. Last cobra, you can inhale, lengthening the arms, looking all the way up. Exhale, down dog. Take 1 breath in down dog. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, look up at the top of your yoga mat. Empty lungs. Walk towards the top of the mat. When you get to the top, halfway lift. Inhale, hands on the shin. Exhale, fold. Maybe a little bit deeper this time. Inhale, arms overhead, maybe a baby back bend if that's what your heart desires. Exhale, hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Just take a breath here. We'll move through 3 more of those sun salutations. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, plant the hands as we exhale into plank. And from here, you can either drop the knees, chest, and chin right away and press your heart up into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath. Exhale fully. Full lungs as you look up at the top of the mat. Empty your lungs and then travel towards the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Hands to heart, maybe chin to chest, a little bow of gratitude for you and you. Release the palms for mountain pose. Just take a breath here, reset. Try to challenge yourself to move a little quicker, uniting one breath into the pose just to honor the sun salute and our vinyasa flow. But again, this is your practice, so you move at your own pace. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, inhale, find your vinyasa flow. We'll all eventually meet in mountain, but don't rush, don't compete, don't compare. This is your practice. You find your way in mountain, however that works for you. All right, our last sun salutation. Inhale, arms up. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands for plank. Choose how you want to get close to the ground. You could choose your heart opening, could be an up dog, cobra, meeting in down dog. We're going to stay in down dog. Once you're there, just take a breath. Look at that, the sun is out. Good job, you guys. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. When we exhale, knee to the nose, step that foot through the center of your hands, drop the left knee, uncurl the toes. Just take your time here. We're setting up for lunge, but we're gonna first just work on the legs. So make sure your left shin and foot are aligned so they're not like angled in or out. From here, inhale your arms overhead, maybe taking a baby back bend, 3 breaths. Stay with it, trust yourself, stay connected with your breath. 1 more. Inhale the heart up. Frame the right foot. We're going to exhale the right hip back for a half splits. Try to keep the spine straight and the heart lifted here. You can start to play around with your half splits. You can also bend into that right knee and then send the hips back and take a little flow just to kind of warm up that right hip if that feels good for you. Otherwise, just allow yourself to be still. If you want a little more intensity in your half splits, you can point the toes and then you can start to round down and bring your forehead towards the right shin. Take 2 breaths. One more breath here. Inhale, bend back into that right knee. We're coming back into low lunge, but we're going to add a little twist if you would like. We're going to open the arms and twist towards the right. Stay here for 3 breaths. If it feels good, lengthen those arms open as you inhale. Maybe look a little farther back as you exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale, untwist. Exhale, frame that right foot. Step the knee back, tabletop, move through a cat and a cow, or take a child's pose. If you need a drink of water before we move on to the left side, go ahead and take a little sip of water. I usually try to offer those after the sun salutation, so sorry about that, but just know that you can drink water anytime. This isn't Bikram hot yoga. We're not going to yell at you for drinking water. Sorry, maybe I trauma dumped on you. If anyone's ever done Bikram. All right, let's meet in down dog. Hips up when you're ready. Pedal out the feet. If you're craving a vinyasa flow in between, go for it. Otherwise, we're moving right into three-legged on the left. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, send that left foot through. Take your time as you set up for low lunge. Once you feel like your legs are where they want to be, if you kind of just want to work on balance, you can keep the bend minimal. But if you want to work a little more on your lunging, you can walk the foot a little closer towards the top and bend a little more into that left knee. And then inhale the arms up. Maybe bring the hands together like prayer hands. Reach back, look up, exhale, open the jaw. Let yourself be vulnerable. Take 3 breaths. Two more. Last breath. Inhale the heart up as we exhale to frame the left foot, sending that left hip back, half splits. Again, sometimes it feels good to kind of flow a little more into that half split. So if you want to flow, anything can be a vinyasa flow as long as you're breathing into the bent knee, and then when you exhale, let the hips come back. It's really nice to match the breath. Unioning of our self and when you are ready to go for your half splits, any half splits you can do. You can also point the toes and bring the forehead down for a little more intensity. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale to bend into that left knee. We're moving back into our low lunge, but we're exhaling towards the left with a twist. Take 3 breaths. Inhale, feel your spine lengthen, open up the chest here. Exhale, maybe look back. Take 1 more breath. Full exhale as we untwist, arms are up. Frame the left foot. We're curling the right toes because we're stepping back into 3-legged dog with the left leg up. Exhale, bring that left foot down. From here, let your feet come on the outer edges of the mat. Start to walk the hands back. We're coming into a yogi squat at the back of the mat. Just a little place to kind of cool down. You can bring your hands to the heart if you would like. Try to keep the spine straight. Try not to hunch here. It's a meditative pose, but we want to be aware. Just take a couple breaths. Just take 1 more breath here. Next time you inhale, we're going to stand up, make a 5-pointed star, and then we're going to exhale, goddess squat. Let the knees be open. You can separate the feet here. You can kind of rock up and down. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Open up nice and wide. Take up space. Exhale, maybe a little deeper into that squat. Inhale like a beautiful, big, bright star. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to come back into stand. Bring your hands to the heart. Catch your breath. Come into mountain pose. We have time for one standing sequence. So we're going to move through our warrior sequences. Come at the top of your mat. Inhale the arms up. Fold down. Inhale, half lift. Plant your hands. Choose your flow. If you're kind of looking for a more mild, just drop the knees. You can send the hips back for child's pose. You can inhale and come into a seal. That's kind of a more gentle vinyasa flow. We're going to exhale, though, back into down dog. Just take a breath here. Nice cleansing breath. Inhale the right leg to the sky. We're going to step the right foot through. We're opening up to warrior two. So take the time to adjust your feet. You want the right heel in the center line of the inner left foot. When you bend into your right knee, let your right knee point towards your right pinky toe so your hips are open. Shoulders are relaxed. Both arms in the same plane so you're not leaning back or leaning too forward. Your drishti, which is your yoga gaze, through the fingertips. Let your face muscles relax here. Take 2 more breaths. Feel strong here. You are strong. You're amazing. Take 1 more breath. Don't give up when you exhale. Stay. Straighten the right leg. Inhale, reverse triangle. Reach all the way back. Exhale, we're coming into triangle, but let's adjust our feet here. Scooch the left foot a little closer towards the right heel. Keeping the arms out. When you inhale, reach without trying to dip into the hips. Kind of reach and then come down as you exhale, grabbing either shin, water bottle, ankle, whatever you can grab. You can look up at the ceiling here if that feels good on your neck, or the gaze can be down at the right foot. Take 2 breaths. Inhale back up. Exhale, warrior two. 2 breaths here. Last breath. Stay for the exhale. Keep that bend in the right knee. We're reversing the warrior. Inhale, right arm comes back. Flow down, cartwheel the hands down. Skip the flow, take a child's pose. Do whatever you need to do in between our last standing sequence. We'll meet in down dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. We're going to exhale and step into warrior two. Again, take your time adjusting here. We're going to take 3 breaths once we have our feet all aligned. Left knee pointing towards left pinky toe, shoulders relaxed. 3 breaths. Drishti through the left fingertips. Relax the face muscles. I'm not going to tell you to smile. I personally don't like when people tell me to smile, but I will tell you to breathe. Take another full breath. Exhale, maybe bend a little deeper in that left knee. Now, sweet release, straighten that left leg. Left arm comes back as we inhale. Reverse triangle. We're going to exhale, the arms back up. Scooch the right foot closer to the left. Set up for triangle. Keep the heart open. Drishti gaze towards the left. Reach with your hands. Exhale, triangle pose. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Inhale back up. Exhale, warrior two. 2 breaths. Inhale, reverse warrior, keeping the bend in that left knee. Then we're going to exhale to cartwheel the hands down. Take a flow if you would like, or just slide onto your belly for belly shavasana. Just to kind of catch the breath. You can make a little forearm pile, let your forehead rest. 5 breaths here. And 45 minutes does go by really fast, so you made it down to the mat. Hopefully you got a little sweat out of that. Now you can kind of cool down here. Let your heart rate come back to a normal pace. Feel your belly breathing into the earth. It can feel really comforting and soothing. After we've caught our breath down here, we are going to do a floor bow. Option to do Sphinx if you're looking for a little more mild. Just keep the forehead down. I'll let you know when we're going to move on. All right, so for our back strengthening pose for floor bow, we're going to stay on the belly, but you are going to lift the feet up towards the ceiling so your knees are bent. You can grab wherever, so you can grab the outsides of the feet, the ankles, even the shins. I personally like grabbing the inside of my feet because it's more heart opening, which I just love. So grab whatever you can here and then bring the forehead back down because I want you to save your energy for bow. This is floor bow. So I'm talking to you guys, but you want to grab both feet because I'm just creaking my head up to look at you. Thank you. All right, good. Okay, forehead down. Just breathe and do nothing at all. And remember, this is not competitive class. The slower you breathe, the more intentional you are in your practice, the greater the results. So save your breath now. We're going to hold this pose for 5 breaths so you can grow into this bow. Release whatever breath you have. With those strong prana lungs, inhale to start to lift, just ever so lightly start to lift. Lift the gaze, start to look up. Stay as you exhale. For 4 more breaths, inhale, lift a little bit more. Start to look up. Feel the heart shine. Stay for the exhale. 3 more breaths. Lift a little more. Lift the chin. You got this. You're so strong. Your heart loves you. 2 more breaths. Lift another rib cage. Beautiful front. Beautiful. Stay for another breath. And exhale, child's pose. It is Friday, and I love me some heart-opening yoga on Fridays. So we're going to do a little camel pose. So come up onto your knees. Make sure your knees are 2 fists apart here. And camel doesn't have to be so intense here, unless you want intensity. But put your hands in your back pockets. You can flap the wings here. When you inhale, look up. And then when you exhale, just let the head drop back and open the jaw. If this is camel for you today, that's good. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. But if you want to journey into your own practice and allow yourself to be vulnerable, start to look back farther. Keep the hands pushed into the low back so you're pushing your hips forward as you allow yourself to bend back. 3 breaths. Open the jaw. You can even grab your ankles or shins if that's in your practice today. Just 2 more breaths here. Trust yourself. 1 more breath. Stay for that full exhale. Slowly make your way up. take your time, and we're gonna come into embryo pose. So bring the knees together, maybe cup behind your heels, forehead down. Your heart was just wide open and vulnerable. Now it's tucked away nice and safe. I recommend doing that every day. So for our closing hip pose, we're gonna move into pigeon. Now I know pigeon isn't for everybody, so if you're not particularly fond of pigeon, come onto your backs and take a figure 4 stretch with your legs. You'll get the same effects, just less pressure on the knee. If we're doing pigeon, we can move through pigeon from a down dog, pedal out the legs, and then we'll bring the right leg up, 3-legged dog. And then exhale, start to bring your ankle, shin, and knee towards the top, Obviously doesn't have to make it up there. And everybody is different, so try to keep the left hip squared down though. If you want a little more heart opening, it's good to have a healthy heart. Inhale to look up, and then exhale, let the head drop back. You'll feel that psoas stretch in the left too. Really good if you have low back pain or leg pain at all. You can stay like this. You can also take a mermaid if you would like, or just come down with your forehead and just allow yourself to rest in that pigeon. Everyone has a different need in their practice. So you find what's best for you. Don't worry about how you look or how your neighbor looks. We're going to take 4 breaths here. Try to unclench the jaw. Pigeon is also a pose where it's kind of easy to wander with the mind and fidget. I just invite you to kind of stay present here.
Long ago,
Take one more breath.
when the buffalo roamed, hooves stomping on the back.
If you are in figure 4 legs, feel free to switch out the legs. But for pigeons, we're going to do something fun. It's really not fun, but we're just going to turn towards the back of the mat. So just watch me first, because I feel like people get confused, but it's really not confusing. We're just going to turn towards the back and land in pigeon on the left. So you're facing the back, rolling towards the center of your mat, towards the back. Yes. Bend into that left knee.
We heard a message.
Take your time, however you want to get there. Good. Go ahead and take that little back bend if that feels good. Feel that nice stretch. Feel your heart open. Just because you didn't do something on one side doesn't mean you can't on the other. Each side might feel different. For me, my mermaids are better on the left, so just do what works for you. 5 breaths here.
This is the dawn.
Got 3 more breaths on this side. One more breath. And when you're exhaled out, you're just gonna roll yourself so that you're facing in the center of your mat towards the top again, just naturally. There you go. Yes. And if you would like to come onto your backs through butterfly, we can do that. Otherwise, if you've had enough hip opening, just come onto your back. Otherwise, if you want to move down through butterfly, you can place one hand behind you and then start to move down one elbow at a time till your back is down. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. We'll just be here for 3 breaths, maybe a moment of gratitude. Let the last breath be a nice long one. Bring your hands on the outsides of the knees and so delicately close the legs up. Stretch the left leg long. We're going to grab the right knee with our left hand. We're going to bring this right leg across our body towards the left of our yoga mat, opening the right arm, gazing towards the right for a supine spinal twist. 3 breaths. Come out of that twist. Let your right leg come long. Maybe roll around that ankle. Then we'll grab that left knee with the right hand, bringing that towards the right side of our mat. Left arm opens. 3 breaths on this side. Come out of your twist. Take any last movement you need. Otherwise, come right into Shavasana. Get all the wiggles out, but allow yourself to take your final pose. Lie down, close your eyes, let your palms be open, let your toes go opposite directions. Don't worry about breath, don't worry about anything at all. This is your last asana for practice, so if you do have the time, please stay for Shavasana. It is very beneficial in so many ways. I'll let you know when it's time to move on. Otherwise, just enjoy this moment of silence and nothingness. True yoga is not about the shape of your body, but the shape of your life. Yoga is not to be performed. Yoga is to be lived. Yoga doesn't care what you have been. Yoga cares about the person you are becoming. Yoga is designed for a vast and profound purpose, and for it to be truly called yoga, its essence must be embodied. You can very gently start to wake the body. If you are at home or if you have the time, you are more than welcome to stay longer in Shavasana. Otherwise, we're just going to close right here on our backs. No need to make any sudden movement. Thank you guys so much for coming to class. It is always my honor to be here. Thanks for trusting me with your practice and, more importantly, showing up for yourself. Namaste.